The woman gave the homeless woman food, but she felt like something was off. Many of us on a daily basis see homeless people, but just walk on by. Carmen came across a woman begging for money, and something about her didn't seem right. Stay tuned for updates about what happened. Robin and Isaiah. Many of us want to do what we can to give back while times are difficult, but we may not always be able to do so. Perhaps we enjoy watching others do it if that is the case. Isaiah Garcia lived in downtown LA and had seen firsthand the negative effects that the COVID-19 pandemic had on his community. So he drove around this Skid Row neighborhood with a friend to find someone who looked like they could use a little help. They came across a woman walking around barefoot. Isaiah stopped the car and documented his encounter with woman through 3 TikTok video. He informed the lady that he and his friend were both out in the neighborhood spreading the love. They asked if they could give her some cash alongside a new pair of shoes. The woman was visibly surprised at what the man just told her and shouted back "yeah" in excitement. Isaiah found out her name was Robin and her shoe size. Isaiah and his friend returned when was later with a new pair of shoes and $40. Isaiah made a TikTok video of the moment he gave Robin the gifts. With the video quickly went viral. Isaiah returned later that night to check in on her. She told him she liked her new trainers. Isaiah then explained how he wanted to do more to help her. He told her the next time he saw her that he was going to drop off clothes and more cash. He stuck to his word and continued to visit her regularly, each time presenting further essentials such as money, a smartphone, toiletries, and clothing. During one of his trips, Isaiah found out that Robin had been homeless for over 10 years. After being forced out onto the streets following an abusive relationship, she had also been addicted to drugs for 32 years. After getting to know Robin, Isaiah set up a GoFundMe campaign to help her get off the streets. While waiting for the funds to roll in, he carried on, checking in with her to see if there was anything else she needed. He even put her up in a hotel for a few nights, gave her a new smartphone, took her shopping, and took her to get her hair and nails done. They have built an amazing relationship together. After 4 months, Isaiah stopped by and told Roman that he had a present for her. He handed her a red gift bag, which Robin appeared into the bag and with a confused look so that there were a pair of keys. Isaiah informed her that he had given her keys to her own apartment and that he was going to take her there. He told her she was no longer homeless and never going to be again. Robin couldn't believe what was happening. She immediately jumped into the car and they both drove to her new house. Before they went inside the apartment, Isaiah had blindfolded her and took it off once they entered. Robin started jumping up and down in disbelief that this was her new life. She was finally getting a second chance. Is someone cutting onions? Isaiah was able to buy the apartment outright for her, thanks to the generous help from TikTok followers. He successfully raised more than $58,000 for Robin, which was enough money to get her a 2-year lease on an apartment, furniture, car, healthcare, and food. Robin now has 100 channels on a new TV to relax and watch movies. She hasn't been able to do that in so many years. 24 hours later, is Isaiah being back at Robin's new house with a new surprise. Isaiah took Robin outside and told her that he was going to take her on a $1,000 shopping spree in his bright yellow Ferrari. Robin was in her element, picking out clothes she liked. A few days later, when Robin was all settled in a new place, Isaiah there returned and surprised her with a Christmas tree and decorations. Robin was overjoyed by receiving a Christmas tree and was just thinking about trying to buy a small one from the 99-cent store. He was her very own Santa Claus bringing the Christmas cheer. Before Robin and Isaiah met, Robin had prayed for a solution to a financial problem and believes Isaiah was sent to help her. She kept pinching herself and felt like she was in a dream. Isaiah plans to keep the public updated on their friendship through TikTok. He feels like he's here for a reason and has the resource to help people, so thinks it would be crazy not to help people. He thinks that with everything happening in the world with the COVID-19 pandemic, everyone needs heroes, and he's more than willing to do his part and change lives. Robin and Isaiah have discussed ways to help bring her new income via TikTok sponsorships and are having a new business that Isaiah is helping her with. They also plan to get her next 20 to 30 years of life financially secure and also bring her so much happiness. When you walk past someone who is curled up on the sidewalk, laying on a piece of cardboard, don't just walk by. Look down and see that human being. All anyone wants is to be noticed, not forgotten. Carmen, every day. Many of us see a homeless person holding a sign or a cup begging for the money. The kind-hearted people among us often give spare change or $1 to this homeless person. However, we may ask ourselves, will a couple's spare change make a difference in the life we've just touched? Yes, a financial gift of any amount does make a difference. A number of differences, in fact. With our contribution, the homeless person will be able to accumulate enough money to purchase the necessities of life: food, clothing, and shelter. Further, by reaching out to the homeless person, we show that we care, which uplifts their spirits. Our generosity expands our feelings and compassion, which science has shown positively affects our immune system. Few homeless people have a chance to tell their story. They are ignored and overlooked. We know that they exist and that they're being failed not only by politicians, but by society, by all of us as a whole. 2. Often they are reduced to stereotypes, discussed and dismissed as one homogeneous demographic. People with addiction issues who sleep on the streets because somehow they have failed. Street homelessness has risen shamefully throughout the last decade. Official figures are shaky because it's difficult to accurately record the exact number of people sleeping on the streets. But Homeless Link estimates there have been a 165% increase since 2010. These figures are not explicitly broken down by gender, however. There is another and far less visible facet of this aspect of the housing crisis: 60% of single homeless people. Many of these people who become homeless, not because they have addiction issues as the tired methodology tells us, but because they cannot afford rent, get evicted by a private landlord, flee an abusive partner, or suffer a breakdown in a relationship with a family, are women. They do not end up on the streets, instead find a temporary solution to the situation, to the problem, like staying with family or friends, or living in squats, or another form of insecure temporary accommodation. Often for years at a time, Carmen was eating at a Raising Cane's fast food restaurant in California, when she noticed a homeless woman quietly and politely asked fellow customers if she could eat their leftovers. Not one person said yes. They all completely ignored her and purposely tossed their uneaten food in the bin right in front of her eyes. This traumatic experience left the one feeling hurt and still starving. Being homeless is not a sin, unfortunately. Many people treat the homeless as if they'd personally done the world a great deal of wrong. All judgment aside, this homeless lady just wanted some food to keep the hunger at bay and survive another day. Carmen had been volunteering with the homeless for many years and knew the struggles were real. Were that due to unlucky circumstances, addictions, or mental illness? They don't repulse her or make her sick to her stomach. She holds them all so dearly with so much warmth and love. The face of hope is sometimes disguised, but this homeless woman would soon discover it waiting for her within Carmen's generous soul. Carmen was very sad knowing that the poor woman went through rejection. All night while searching for a warm meal, she told the boyfriend if she saw the woman again, she would give her the leftovers. Carmen anxiously scanned the restaurant as she was getting ready to leave. She couldn't see her anywhere, so she was going to throw away her leftover chicken burger and chip, when she received a gentle pat on her shoulder from a very quiet voice, asking her if she had anything left. Carmen happily gave the woman her leftovers, but something still didn't feel quite right. She felt like a horrible human being because she gave the one her little leftovers. Carmen could see. They discussed that customers directed towards the homeless woman for daring to sit down in the restaurant. She made sure the waitstaff did not toss her out. Carmen decided to order another meal, and as soon as the new batch of food was placed in her hands, she walked over and greeted the homeless woman. Carmen surprised the woman with the fresh and hot meal. She didn't know that a boyfriend, Fred, had captured the entire heartfelt moment on camera. You can almost feel the thanks the homeless woman is giving to Carmen in the hug captured by Fred. It was real gratitude. It was a moment Carmen says she will never ever forget, and I'm sure the homeless woman will always remember this moment as well. Raising Cane's also offered a generous donation to the homeless community, alongside a huge stack of gift cards. Carmen is now able to give the gift of a hot meal to those in need, yet she's not going to let the opportunity to interact with the homeless end there. Not only will Carmen be able to give out the gift cards so they can eat warm meal, she will also be able to talk to them to find out what else they need, as these two stories have shown us. It doesn't hurt to think twice the next time you judge a homeless person. A simple act of kindness goes a long way in helping those who aren't always able to help themselves. So the next time you pass a homeless person, give them a hello, a smile, buy them a cup of coffee and donut. They are real living, breathing, loving human beings. What would you do if you saw a homeless person in need of help? Tell us in the comments below. We love hearing what you have to say. Thanks for watching. See you next time.